Hello everybody. So the other day I was scrolling through some YouTube short videos, as we all do from time to time when we get bored. I just so happened to stumble across a short video about the Iron Giant. You know, the cartoon that came out when I was little, the movie that came out in 1999 based on the novel Iron Man, which is kind of funny today because you can't say Iron Man without thinking about Robert Downey Jr. And now he's set to play Dr. Doom, which I think will be really interesting. But I'm rambling. So watching this short led me to this scene in the movie. I was watching it and I got to thinking, is the Iron Giant a Transformer? Now, I know he doesn't look like Transformers in any way, but with just this thought alone, my mind wouldn't let me rest, and I had to do some more digging to find out if it was possible. Now, I'm going to compare the different species, different models, different races of robots. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly the two different types of robots. So just let me know what you think down in the comments of what the proper word is there, because I'm not sure. Alright, so at first glance, if you're just looking at a visual of the Iron Giant and the Transformers, the Iron Giant looks like a skeleton of a Transformer, kind of like those endoskeletons you see in FNAF. No, I'm not going down that road. I got some very, let's just say not nice comments about my FNAF theories. My friends have supported me and think I should keep going with them, but I'm just going to put them aside for now. It's too much. FNAF is too much right now. Okay, so my brain was having a little trouble of figuring out what to start comparing. So the first thing that my brain landed on was the height difference. Now, I wasn't sure whether to use Optimus Prime or B-127 for this. So I decided to get the height of the Iron Giant first and then compare it to B-127 and Optimus at the same time. I'll be honest with you, I had a hard time figuring out the height of the Transformers. There are a lot of comics, movies, and cartoon adaptations of the Transformers. So let's start with B-127. In the live-action movies, he's about 16 feet or 4.9 meters tall. In the War of Cybertron, he is closer to 18 feet tall or 5.5 meters. In the Transformers Prime, he stands about 17 feet tall or 5.2 meters. All of those heights only vary between 1 or 2 feet, and that being said, we can compare him to the height of the Iron Giant, which is 50 feet tall. So that means B-127 would be really, really small in comparison to the Iron Giant. So next I wanted to do Optimus Prime, considering the fact that he is actually a little bit taller than B-127. So, his official height in the live actions is about 28 feet tall, 5.8 meters. In the War of Cybertron game, he is about 22 feet, 6.7 meters. Transformers Prime TV series, he's roughly about 23 feet tall to 9.8 meters. And G1 cartoon comics between 20 to 25 feet and then 6 to 7.6 meters tall. His height can change depending on the adaptation, but in the most modern versions, he's typically between 28 to 32 feet tall. So, with all that being said, it is clear that the Iron Giant is much taller than Optimus and B-127, so who would he compare to in size? Glamrock in the live-action movies is about 50 feet tall to 15.2 meters in dinosaur mode. In the Fall in the live-action movies, he's about 45 to 50 feet tall. Omega Prime in the scaled-down G1 version is about 50 feet tall. Devastator in the live-action visual components is 30 to 50 feet. So, in the universe of Transformers, there are definitely robots out there that are 50 feet tall. So, based on his height, the Iron Giant is well within the requirements to be a Transformer, but this wouldn't be a good theory if we just did height alone. The next thing I want to talk about is the power source between them. As we all know, sparks are the power source for Transformers. Depending on which one is being used, it can be transferred in some stories, and a spark can be removed, transferred, or even placed into another body. Sorry, I said transferred twice there. My bad. There are also different types of spark. There are normal sparks, which is a standard source for most Transformers. There are prime sparks, which is more powerful and often given by Primus. Dark sparks are corrupt and evil sparks, often associated with unicorn? I want to say unicorn, but it's not unicorn. So, knowing that Transformers have different sparks, I needed to figure out what powers the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant is powered by an unknown, highly active energy source. I mean, I'll be honest with you, if I was going to describe a spark for the Transformers, then a highly unknown energy source would kind of be it. As far as we know, it seems that the Iron Giant can function without refueling, suggesting nuclear reactor, an alien fusion core, or some other advanced energy source. There is also the possibility of him absorbing energy. In the movie, he does eat metal and absorbs electricity, like when he bites the power station and gets electrocuted but survives. He could also be a source of alien technology, which is a giant weapon built from space, meaning that his power source is most likely far beyond human technology, much like the Transformers are far beyond human technology when they come to Earth. We also know that both robots have the energy source in their chests. It reminded me of the moment where Shia LaBeouf killed Megatron by shoving the Allspark into his chest. Yes! So without knowing the official power source of the Iron Giant, it's kind of up to interpretation whether or not you can call it a spark or not. Now it is time to get to the main point of the theory, transforming. I can't make a theory about Transformers without talking about transforming. So, sadly, this is still kind of up to interpretation. If you believe that the Iron Giant in this scene right here that's playing out is transforming, then yes, he is a transformer. However, he's not transforming to the extent that Cybertronians actually transform. Cybertronians definitely transform their whole bodies, while the Iron Giant just pulls out some weapons and starts shooting away at the military. For good reason. I mean, if they hurt my best friend too, I'd be upset. One thing that I did find out that was interesting about Transformers is that they can lose their ability to transform if their transformation cog is damaged or lost or completely removed. In the Beast Wars Uprising, many Autobots and Decepticons are locked in their vehicle modes after centuries of energy depletion. There are also non-combat Transformers and some background and civilian characters in the Transformer universe that do not all have alteration modes, especially if their role doesn't require it. So, going back to the Iron Giant transforming, this could just be a limitation to his transforming, like he can only transform to a certain extent, which could be plausible in the Transformers universe. So let me know what you think down in the comments about the transforming aspect of this theory. I would love to know what you think. The last part of this theory that I want to talk about is the ability to self-repair. Now, at the end of the Iron Giant movie, we see that a lot of the parts of the Iron Giant are scattered all throughout the world, but yet he has a homing device to be able to put himself back together. Now, if he actually puts himself back together the way he was, we'll never know because we're never going to get another Iron Giant movie or a continuation of the movie. So what we see at the very end is just, open up to interpretation. We can say, yes, maybe he does. All the pieces do come back together. Or, maybe it doesn't. Maybe just one piece of his arm is, stuck somewhere and just can't get free. Transformers also have self-repair systems that allow them to regenerate damaged parts, reattach limbs, or even use external resources to rebuild themselves. So now, with all that being said, is the Iron Giant a Transformer? Drum roll, please. No, I don't think he's a Transformer. Well, I don't think he's a Cybertronian, at the very least. I think because of the way he looks and because there's so much unknown, I can't confirm and actually say that yes, he is a Cybertronian robot. Now, if Optimus Prime is, looking through the universe for some new recruits and he just so happened across the Iron Giant, I think he'd be a good contender. And also, he does have work-related experience dealing with, questionable representatives of the government and humans. So he's got that going for him, so he could be good for the job. I'm just saying, it could work out. Alright, everybody, that is all I have for you today. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. Please subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, it has been bittersweet.